Hi, my name is Gabby and welcome to my channel, Gabby on Paper. In today's video, we are going to go through my November reset, basically going over my goals for October, setting new goals for November, and just taking a look at the last month and see what went well and what didn't. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so my very first October goal was to finish 5 books. September, I didn't meet my book goal. This month I did, however, meet it. So I'll add a green dot and I'll make a note here saying that I actually finished 8 books, which is very exciting. One of the books I mostly listened to in September, but I did have a good chunk of it, probably like a third to listen to in October. So I'm still gonna count it because I finished it. I am currently working on my 8th book, but I only have about an hour left to listen to, so I know for sure that I will finish it. My second goal was to fund half of November, which I've done. It's almost fully funded. I have to go in and with my first paycheck of November, fund the rest of my rent, and then it'll be completely done for. You can see that in my Why Not Budget With Me videos. However, now that I've created a budget for November, I am gonna go through and add some extra money to a couple of my categories like shopping, just because I have some big expenses coming up this month. Work out 4 times a week. I'm gonna give this to myself, but I didn't do it. And that's because one of the weeks I stepped weird and hurt my knee, and it really hurt. It hurt to walk, and standing for too long hurt. I did do 2 workouts that week. One was a low impact bike ride, Peloton ride. And it didn't feel good, so it was short, and it was, again, low impact, so it was easier. And then I did a weights one, an arm workout rather than squats or anything. I tried, but honestly, my knee was no good. The reason I'm giving it to myself, though, is because even though I didn't have the workouts, I actually did end up closing my rings, including my workout ring, for that week, and that was because of walking to work. And it always registers as an outdoor walk, which closes my ring. Go leaf peeping. I am struggling on whether I should count this or not, so I'm gonna do both, because I did do some leaf peeping, but honestly not as much as I would have liked of what I would have originally thought as leaf peeping. I went to Millennium Park. The trees are beautiful. Some leaves had fallen already, and it was lovely. We did try to go to the lake this weekend. Today is October 30th, so it's Sunday, and we went yesterday, but all the leaves had already fallen. I made an attempt. It wasn't fully successful though. No more than 4 work lunches out, and I definitely did this. I think I only ate out for lunches twice, which, if you know my issues, if you've been here for a little bit, you know that I struggle with taking food to work because I don't like communal kitchens and everything that means. So I was eating out a lot. That's completely changed with this new job. The kitchens are they're so clean. The fridges are so clean. People barely use them. Everyone either works from home a lot. There's a lot of hybrid schedules. People are in and out of the office, or they go out for client lunches, or they eat out, or they order food. So everything is extremely clean. You can tell that they clean it a couple times a day. So yes. The point of that being is that I was very good. I think I only ate out for lunch twice. I did have vending machine snacks, and that's not going to change because I need treats during my day to keep me going. But as far as lunches, going out to eat or ordering food, only twice. Getting back into YouTube, I'm going to say this is a fail. Every video right now feels like a bit of a chore for me, and I want to keep going so I don't lose the momentum that I have. I know myself, and I know that if I take a break, that I might not come back to it. So I'm still doing them, but I'm not fully like mentally into it. 15 days of no soda. It's a big fat no. I definitely had some days of no soda. I didn't keep track, honestly, and I bet it's not even close to 15. I have an issue. I have a Pepsi issue. I'm a Pepsi addict, and I'm trying to work on it. It's very hard though. Delete 750 pictures and videos. This was a big no. I didn't even come close. I didn't even try, if I'm being honest. I did not try. I deleted 323. That's not very good. This next month, that has to change, because in preparation for my trip to Cancun, I know I'll be taking a ton of pictures in Cancun, so I want to make sure that I clear out old ones to not clutter my photo app even more. It's crazy in there. It's tons and tons of screenshots that I take for whatever reason, and I never want to delete them. I don't know what my issue is. And then also when I do things, for example, a boat tour museum, I take a bunch of pictures of the same thing. Sometimes I try to go through and find the best picture of the group and only keep that so I can, remember, but it's still a struggle. I'm working on it. Catch up on YouTube videos, as you guys know, that's a big fat no. I so appreciate you guys commenting, and I read them. I just have trouble like responding. Same thing with Instagram. Like in my personal Instagram, it's a struggle like talking back to people that like DM me or leave comments in my personal, so these are people I know. I don't know, I just have issues. Like social anxiety issues, and it carries on to my comment section, but I so appreciate it. And then the final thing is to open an Etsy shop, and oh man, I had every intention of doing this and I didn't, and I suck, and I'm so sorry, because I know some of you guys have mentioned that you want to buy my inserts, and I am going to do it. I will do it. It's just October somehow it just became a really crazy month. I'm not gonna say I didn't have time for it, because honestly I had a whole entire like 5 days to myself where my boyfriend wasn't in town. But I just wanted to do my own things. I wanted to watch my shows, watch my movies, do the Gabby activities that I love that he may not love. So I don't want to make him do it if I have a chance to do it on my own. And I don't know, the month just got away from me like they always do, and I didn't do it, and I'm so sorry, but that is coming. And the other thing is that I was looking at my inserts in preparation for November, like printing them out, and there were some changes that I was wanting to make, and I just didn't get around to making it, but I did print some out and notated the changes that I wanted to make to get them ready. But anyways, I wanted October's goals to be all green after September being all red. That didn't happen. I'm hoping November will be a better month though. First, I want to, you know what? I'm gonna go through and write them all out. All right, so let's go over the November goals I've set. I think this is less than normal. I think last month I did 10. Is that right? Yeah. And this month only 8. I'm trying not to overwhelm myself because I do want to meet these goals. Oh, you know what? I just added a 9th one. So let's go over it. Okay, so first I want to create a Black Friday shopping plan, but I want to make sure this gets done by November 15th. And the reason being is that sometimes sales start early, and if I can buy things early, I want to do that just because during Black Friday and like that Cyber Monday, that weekend, I will be traveling and I'd rather not be on my phone shopping. So I want to come up with a shopping plan, and this is for mostly the gifts that I want to gift this year. If there's anything on sale, like I will buy as much as I can during that weekend. If there's anything I want as well, I will try and purchase it that week. So I just want to make sure I have a plan so I'm not going crazy buying things I don't need. My second goal is I want to plan out my end of year videos. End of year / start of the year, because I want to, set goals for 2023, like personal goals, financial goals. I want to do show you guys the planners that I'm using for 2023, just various things like that, just end of year, start of year things. So I want to have a list. I also don't want to be posting every day because I know it gets to be too much for everyone, for me, for you guys and everything. So I want to try to space them out, but still get them all covered. Maybe combine a couple of those videos. So next is no more than 3 work lunches out. Last month I did no more than 4 work lunches out, and I ended up eating out twice only. That was, I think, a fluke. So this month, because one of the weeks will be in Cancun, I'm hoping no more than 3 work lunches out. Next is I do want to work out 5 times a week this month, and this is every week, including the week of Cancun, because we are staying at a resort. There will be a gym, and we want to, like my boyfriend and I talked about it, it's like we want to do it. So we don't get out of the habit of working out, and then makes us infinitely harder to get started again after the vacation. So we want to make sure we continue doing it even in our trip. Maybe not every day, but maybe twice or so, 3 times during that week period. But as a sub goal, I want to make sure I do at least 2 30-minute Peloton rides every week. Since I like to work out in the mornings before work, it's so much easier for me to just do a 20-minute ride and move on with my day. But those extra 10 minutes do make a difference. And that's not bad once you're on the bike. It's just I have to make sure that I plan accordingly. And then I want to do at least 2 yoga classes and, Peloton yoga classes. That's because I've fallen out of this yoga thing I had going on, and only because I'm not waking up early enough to do it. And I'm a morning workout person. I will not do it after work because I'm so tired and I just want to eat dinner, watch TV, and hang out. So it has to be in the morning because that's just how I do it. And I want to make sure that I do at least 2 of them to get back into it. Before, I was doing, 1 Peloton ride, 1 yoga every day, 4 or 5 times a week. Obviously, now that I'm working, that's not quite as doable for me. I mean, it's doable if I just wake up early, but I like to sleep. So in hopes of getting back into my yoga, I want to add at least 2 yoga classes to the days that I do Pelotons this week, and then hit our gym downstairs and do weights at least once. I don't know what it is about weights. I hate doing them so much. I only do them with my boyfriend. So I need to make sure we get down there this week, me with him, because he does go. Number 5 is to find a holiday party dress. Our holiday party will be in December, I think mid-December, but I want to make sure I find a dress before the month is out so that I'm not scrambling last minute, so I can enjoy my first Christmas party here in Chicago. I already have a couple in mind. I'm just trying to kind of narrow it down. Next, I want to finish 7 books. This should be doable because of our trip to Cancun. I'll be on the beach listening to a lot of books. Number 7 is to determine a Christmas budget. I have the budgets created for presents to my family, to my boyfriend, to his family. I have budgets for the stockings that I'm doing, Christmas decoration, Christmas events, but to really finalize my Christmas budget, I need to figure out work presents for the people that I work with, my other team members that are the same level as me, and then the ones a step above. Obviously, it's not necessary, but I love giving presents and thinking of it and putting them together and everything, so I want to do it. I just don't know what would be appropriate yet. So we'll see. Number 8 is I want to film a vlog this month. I've started to film so many vlogs, and for whatever reason, I just never finish them. I just like stop midday and I haven't been able to like fully finish, and I think this is part of my issue. This is part of like getting back into YouTube. I'm not feeling it. But I do want to film a vlog this month. I just want to sprinkle them in randomly throughout. Not a lot, maybe 1 a month, maybe 2 a month this would be on the high end. But in November, I do want to post one, and I think I want it to be the Bears game that we're going to this week. So I'm thinking like what I spend in a day at a Chicago Bears game, because obviously those are pricey, so it'd be interesting to see how much I end up spending, how much my boyfriend ends up spending, and yeah. And then number 9 is open an Etsy shop with 3 exclamation points. I need to get it done this month before the craziness of, well, November is actually probably going to be crazier for me, but I need to get it done. It's time. So that is it for my November goals. It's got to be a good one. It's got to be. October was not as good as I wanted it to be. November has to be a good one. The next thing is just going over a couple of things for last month, just to kind of review October and see what went well and maybe what I struggled with a bit. First, I guess, would be my favorite purchase. And I actually surprisingly didn't do a lot of spending, like purchases. You know, obviously I spent money, but it was mostly like on food and treats and things like that. So my favorite purchase though was our tickets to the Museum of Science and Industry. We saw the Lego exhibit. When my boyfriend's mom was in town, she wanted to go down to Hyde Park and go to that museum. It sounded interesting to us, and it's something that we have been wanting to do. We just haven't done because it is kind of far from where we live. So we made the trek down there. It wasn't really a trek, we Ubered. We went down to the Museum of Science and Industry. We paid extra to go see the Lego exhibit, and it was so cool. I just can't believe what that guy could do, what he could put together with Legos. It was impressive. I was so into it. It was so cool to see. I'm glad we got to see the exhibit. For sure, by far my favorite purchase, or my favorite money spent, I guess. You'll see this in my October wrap up. But my biggest win for the month was shopping. I set a budget of $75. I only spent like not a lot, like 16 bucks. I bought a beanie for work because my ears are cold going to work. I specifically went to Urban Outfitters to buy a cheap beanie for only $15 versus the ones I was eyeing at Madewell that were like 38 or so. They were cute, don't get me wrong, but a lot more money. So that was my biggest win. I'm very proud of it. That's not to say I didn't buy things though, because I did have some like Gap rewards. So I bought some more work pants and a couple of dresses, trying to figure out what I wanted to keep. Turns out I'm returning the dresses, only keeping 1 pair of work pants. So stayed within like my Gap rewards budget. What else did I buy? Oh, I did buy another thing that I didn't indicate in my expenses, and that is this. It's a pulley printer. And the reason I didn't include it in my expenses is because I had credit card rewards, so I was able to get this completely for free. I realized that I could put that rewards money towards something, you know, a goal or whatever. Oh my gosh, I just saw the cutest dog walking. Like, I'm sitting by the window and I saw the cutest dog being walked with his little coat. It's so cute. I realized I could put those credit card rewards to better use, but that's not how I treat them. I treat them as fun money if I want to make a purchase and don't want to spend my budget. So everything was within budget. So this is a thermal printer. So it came with like this white paper. You can just print images or whatever. This is like a transparent sticker. There's another roll that I got along with the printer. And I'm using this to like make a book journal. So I'll share that once I've put that together. I'm going to do like kind of like a summary of 2021 and 2022 books and then really get into it for 2023. Even though I did get a couple of things outside of my shopping budget, I didn't have to spend more money than those $16 that I bought a beanie for. So I consider that a big win because, you know, shopping's been an issue for me in the past. My biggest financial problem area though, it was also shopping. Even though I went over budget in a couple of categories, which you will see, my biggest financial problem area is shopping. Even though I didn't spend much money on shopping, only about $16, the rest of the things were rewards. My biggest financial problem area was definitely shopping, and that's because it's coming. I have been window shopping online, just like going through every store that I like frequent and going through each category: tops, bottoms, sweaters, coats, handbags, shoes, just finding all the things I like. Why am I doing this? I don't know. I don't know why I'm doing this, because I feel like something bad is starting. I feel my shopping issues are about to start, and I need to try and do something to prevent that, because it's that time of year. It's the time of the year when, you know, obviously the change in seasons. I want to buy fall clothes, winter clothes. The holidays are coming up, so I'll be doing shopping for gifts, you know, Christmas parties, trips, all the things. And I feel like it's about to become a problem area. I spend so much of my time window shopping online, and it's no good. I'm hoping that by buying things for others that I have planned, like Christmas gifts, that maybe I can scratch that itch, that shopping itch that I have right now. But I don't know. I was this close to buying some Gucci sunglasses, which I'm sure you can imagine are very, very expensive. It's not anything I haven't done before. I do spend a fair amount of money on sunglasses, but I do wear them like every day for years, literally. So I can always, my point of that being is I can always justify spending money on sunglasses. And I have a pair that I've been eyeing that I'll put up on the screen that I have just been calling my name, and I'm trying to resist. And I went into the store and I tried them on, and I resisted. And I sent pictures to my boyfriend, sent pictures to my sister and my friend, and people liked them. So my sister didn't really care for them, but she thinks they're all right. And I was this close to buying them. I was in the store and then I didn't. But I still have a tab up on my phone, ready to go. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I'm doing my best to resist. I think I just have to keep busy. Maybe I'll get busy with my inserts so I can finally open my Etsy shop and stop browsing things online. The next thing is my largest expense, and that was by far, without a doubt, the tickets to the Bears game that we have next week. Cheapest ones we could find were like $160 with fees, but then my boyfriend paid for them using his American Express, and the fees were reduced, so we ended up paying $147.71 each for the tickets. So that was by far my largest expense. Everything else, like I said, my pulley printer that I just showed you, my beanie, those were all cheap things. So yeah, by far the Bears tickets. I am definitely going to try and vlog that day. Like I mentioned, I want to film that vlog. I think I want to do the Bears game so you can see how high we are. But it'll be fun. It'll be a good time. We enjoy sporting events, like I've mentioned, and this will be the only football game that we go to this year, and we want to make sure we get a couple of Bears games in before they move them out of Chicago to like the suburbs. Out of the 8 books that I finished in October, it was a good month for audiobooks for me. The Ink Black Heart, which I'll put on the screen, which is this one. I love this detective series so much. I'm actually gonna re-listen to it because it had a lot going on. It's a very long book and lots of different characters, suspects or whatever. So I need to, now that I know what's happened, I need to go back and re-listen to it and pay more attention, like close attention to the details. I do that a lot with these books just because I enjoy them. The next 3 books are just like thrillery type books. The Last Mrs. Parrish, The Wife Stalker, and The Stranger in the Mirror. The Stranger in the Mirror is the one that I'm currently listening to. I have like an hour left in the audiobook and I will for sure finish it tomorrow. Like while I'm getting ready for work, I'll be done before I even leave the apartment. I just love thriller books, so I really enjoy them. Those are my favorite type of books, I would say. That is it for today's video. I think it's been a long one. I don't know how long I've been filming for, but thank you so much for joining me. If you haven't done so already, make sure you give this video a thumbs up and make sure you subscribe. Bye.